Gracie slammed the door of her family's colonial home in suburban Boston, her heart pounding like a war drum. The argument with her parents still echoed in her mind. "You're throwing away your future for what? Some phase." Her father's words cut deep, but nothing compared to the secret she was hiding. The kiss with Melody last night that had upended everything she thought she knew about herself. She swore she was straight, but when they got drunk that night, nothing remained the same. Gracie paced her room, the familiar posters of indie bands mocking her from the walls. How had it come to this? Melody, her best friend since college, the one person who understood her chaotic dreams of becoming a writer. They'd been inseparable, sharing late-night talks about life, love, and the pressures of their conservative upbringings. But last night at that dimly lit bar in Cambridge, after too many shots, Melody's hand had brushed hers and suddenly, their lips met in a moment of raw vulnerability. Gracie pulled away first, panic flooding her veins. "What the hell was that?" she whispered, but inside a spark ignited. A terrifying, exhilarating truth she couldn't ignore. The next morning her phone buzzed relentlessly. Melody's texts. "We need to talk. Please don't ghost me." Gracie stared at the screen, her thumb hovering over the reply button. What would she say? Admit that the kiss had awakened feelings she buried deep under layers of societal expectations? Or lie, pretend it was the alcohol and salvage their friendship? Her mind raced through the consequences. Her family, pillars of the local church community, would disown her. Her mother, always preaching about traditional values, had already arranged blind dates with nice boys from their circle. Coming out wasn't an option. It was a death sentence to the life she'd built. But ignoring Melody felt like betrayal. They met at their usual coffee shop near Harvard Square, the air thick with unspoken tension. Melody looked exhausted, her short black hair tousled, eyes rimmed with worry. "Gracie, about last night. I didn't plan it. But it felt right. Didn't it?" Gracie's stomach twisted. "I don't know," she muttered, avoiding eye contact. Inside her thoughts screamed. It did feel right. Too right. But what about my life? My future? The words stuck in her throat, a barrier built from years of repression. As they talked, Gracie's internal conflict boiled over. She remembered her sister's wedding last year, how everyone praised the perfect couple, reinforcing the mold she was expected to fit. Melody, from a more liberal family in New York, had always been open about her attractions, but Gracie envied that freedom. "You're scared," Melody said softly, reaching for her hand. Gracie yanked it back. "Of course I'm scared. This isn't me. I like guys. I dated Mark for 2 years." But even as she said it, doubt crept in. Mark had been safe, predictable, a shield against her deeper confusions. The conversation escalated. Melody pressed. "You're lying to yourself. That kiss wasn't nothing." Gracie's voice rose, drawing stares from nearby patrons. "Stop pushing me. You think this is easy? My parents would kill me." Tears welled up and she stormed out, leaving Melody stunned. Back home, Gracie collapsed on her bed, sobs racking her body. Why did this have to happen? She thought of her father's stern lectures on family honor, her mother's subtle hints about grandchildren. The pressure was suffocating. But beneath it, a voice whispered, "What if this is who I am?" The question haunted her, a seed of rebellion taking root. That evening her phone rang, her mother. "Honey, we're worried about you. Come down for dinner." Gracie composed herself, descending the stairs with a forced smile. The table was set perfectly, her parents chatting about church events. But as they ate, her mind wandered to Melody's hurt expression. Guilt gnawed at her. Was she betraying her friend by denying their connection? Or betraying her family by entertaining it? The meal dragged on, each bite tasting like ash. After, in her room, she texted Melody. "I'm sorry. Can we meet tomorrow?" It was a small step, but it felt like jumping off a cliff. The next day brought more turmoil. They walked along the Charles River, the water reflecting the autumn leaves. Melody opened up. "I've liked you for months, Gracie, but I never wanted to ruin us." Gracie's heart ached. "I feel something too, but it's wrong. My life isn't set up for this." They argued, voices laced with emotion. Melody challenged her. "Wrong according to who? Society? Your parents?" Gracie fired back. "Yes. And me. I don't want to be different." The word hung heavy, a label she feared. Internally, Gracie wrestled with her morals. Was love a choice or inevitable? She'd always believed in right and wrong, black and white. But this gray area terrified her. As they parted, Melody's parting words stung. Don't let fear control you. Alone, Gracie pondered the cost of honesty. Losing her family? Or losing herself? The decision loomed, a storm on the horizon. Days blurred into a haze of avoidance. Gracie threw herself into work at the local bookstore, stacking shelves to distract from the chaos. But thoughts of Melody intruded, memories of their laughter, shared secrets. One night, unable to sleep, she researched online. Stories of women coming out later in life, the pain and liberation. It resonated too deeply. Am I one of them? She whispered to the dark. Her resolve cracked when her father announced a family gathering. Bring a date if you want, he joked, but the implication was clear. A man. Panic surged. She couldn't fake it anymore. Calling Melody, her voice trembled. I need you. They met in a park, and for the first time, Gracie admitted, I'm scared, but I think I like you too. It was a confession laced with dread, the first crack in her facade. But joy was short-lived. A mutual friend, Sarah, overheard their conversation and spread rumors. Whispers at work, judgmental stares. Gracie's world shrank. Her boss, a conservative type, pulled her aside. Is there something I should know? Humiliation burned. Inside, she raged. Why can't I just be normal? The societal backlash was swift, a reminder of the prejudices lurking beneath polite surfaces. Melody supported her, but tensions rose. We can face this together, she said. Gracie doubted. At what cost? Their budding romance became a battleground, each day a test of loyalty. Gracie's internal monologue swirled. I'm trading security for uncertainty. Is it worth it? The answer eluded her, but the pull toward Melody grew stronger. The family dinner turned into an ambush. Gracie's parents sat her down in the living room, faces etched with concern and disapproval. We've heard things, her father began, his voice steady but sharp. About you and that girl, Melody. Gracie's blood ran cold. How did they know? Sarah's gossip had spread like wildfire, reaching even their insulated circle. I don't know what you're talking about, Gracie lied, her voice faltering. Inside, turmoil raged. Deny it and preserve the peace, or own it and face the fallout. Her mother leaned forward, eyes pleading. Sweetheart, if you're confused, we can get help. Therapy, church counseling. The words stung like slaps, implying she was broken, in need of fixing. The argument exploded. I'm not confused, Gracie shouted, surprising herself. I like her. More than a friend. Silence descended, heavy as lead. Her father's face reddened. This is not how we raised you. Think about your future marriage, kids. This phase will ruin everything. Phase. That word again, dismissing her feelings as temporary aberration. Gracie's mind flashed to childhood memories. Sunday school lessons on sin, her parents' pride in her straight-A report cards and proper boyfriends. She'd internalized it all, building a cage of expectations. But Melody had handed her the key. It's not a phase, she whispered, tears streaming. It's me. Her parents' reaction was predictable yet devastating. Her mother cried, what will people say? Our family name. Her father stood, pointing to the door. If you choose this path, you're choosing against us. The ultimatum hung in the air, a sword over her head. Gracie fled to her room, slamming the door. Alone, she curled up, sobs muffled by her pillow. The price of authenticity was steep, losing the only home she'd known. Melody was her anchor that night. They met in a quiet diner, Gracie recounting the horror. They gave me an ultimatum, she said, voice breaking. Melody held her hand. You don't have to choose. We can fight this. But Gracie pulled away. Easy for you to say. Your family's supportive. Jealousy tinged her words, sparking their first real fight. You're acting like I'm the enemy, Melody accused. I'm here for you. Gracie snapped back. But at what cost to me? Everything's falling apart because of us. The words were unfair, born of fear, but they wounded. Melody's eyes filled with hurt. If that's how you feel, maybe we shouldn't do this. She left, leaving Gracie reeling. Internally, Gracie questioned her choices. Was love worth this destruction? She'd always prided herself on logic, weighing pros and cons. But emotions defied spreadsheets. The Mouthwandau Duck nod. Honoring family or honoring self. Society painted queerness as rebellion, a moral failing. She felt tainted, conflicted. Days later at work, the backlash intensified. Coworkers whispered. Customers avoided her register. Her boss called her in. This is a family-friendly store. Rumors are bad for business. Implied threat. Shape up or ship out. Gracie's world crumbled. Why is this happening, she thought. Because love doesn't fit the narrative. Desperate, she sought solace in an online LGBT forum, reading stories of similar struggles. One post resonated. Coming out cost me my family but gained me freedom. Inspiration mixed with terror. Could she pay that price? Melody reached out, apologetic. They reconciled in a park but tension lingered. We need to be careful, Gracie said. Melody disagreed. Hiding means we're ashamed. Another clash. Openness versus caution. Gracie's fear won, insisting on secrecy. But secrets bred resentment. A turning point came at a family event. Her cousin's engagement party, filled with toasts to traditional love. Gracie endured, smiling through gritted teeth. But when her aunt asked about her love life, she cracked. I'm seeing someone special. Eyes turned expectant. Her name's Melody. Gasps echoed. Her father pulled her aside, furious. You're embarrassing us. The drive home was silent warfare. At home, her parents demanded she end it. Or leave. Gracie's heart shattered. Packing a bag, she thought. This is the cost. Betrayal of blood for love. She drove to Melody's apartment, collapsing in her arms. I chose you, she sobbed. But doubt whispered, was it right? Their relationship deepened amid the ruins.
Stulen moments, whisperat afeccions.
But societal pressures mounted. Friends divided, some supportive, others judgmental. Sarah, the rumor-monger, confronted Gracie. You betrayed your values. Gracie fired back. My values include love. But inside, she wondered if Sarah was right. Melody faced her own demons. Her job as a graphic designer involved conservative clients. Whispers there too. This affects me as well, she confided. Gracie felt guilty. Her indecision dragged Melody down. Maybe we should pause, Gracie suggested. Melody refused. That's giving in. A major confrontation loomed. Gracie's parents invited her for talks. Hope flickered, reconciliation? But it was a trap. A pastor waited, ready for intervention. Homosexuality is a sin, he intoned. Gracie exploded. Love isn't sin. She stormed out, cutting ties. The pain was visceral, a wound that wouldn't heal. Alone with Melody, she questioned. Did I make the right choice? Melody reassured, but Gracie's inner voice doubted. The damage was done. Family fractured, self-fractured. Yet, in Melody's embrace, a fragile piece emerged. The move to New York seemed like salvation. Gracie accepted the writing gig at a progressive magazine, packing her life into boxes. This is our fresh start, she told Melody, who agreed to relocate. But internally, Gracie fretted. Am I running from problems or toward solutions? The city promised anonymity, a shield from Boston's judging eyes. Settling in Brooklyn, they built a new routine. Shared apartment, morning coffees, evening walks. For the first time, Gracie felt free, holding hands in public without fear. But shadows lingered. Calls from her parents went unanswered. Voicemails pleading for return. We miss you, her mother said. Guilt twisted like a knife. At work, Gracie thrived, pinning articles on social issues. One piece on LGBT rights hit close. The cost of authenticity. Pouring her soul into it, she exposed her struggles. Published, it garnered praise and backlash. Online trolls attacked. Disgusting lifestyle. Gracie's resolve hardened, but doubts crept. Am I strong enough? Melody's career flourished too, but strains showed. Long hours, differing schedules. One night, exhausted, Melody snapped. You're always buried in work. What about us? Gracie countered. I'm building our future. The fight revealed cracks. Gracie's fear of abandonment manifesting as distance. Internally, Gracie dissected her psyche. Years of repression left scars. Intimacy scared her. What if I'm not good at this? She thought. Melody sensed it, pushing for therapy. We need help.
Grace resisted. A infine.
But she wasn't. Nightmares of family rejection haunted her. A surprise visit shattered their bubble. Gracie's sister Emily showed up unannounced. Mom and Dad sent me, she said, eyes wary. Over coffee, Emily probed. Are you happy? Gracie nodded, but tears betrayed her. I miss them. Emily softened. They miss you too, but they're hurt. The conversation turned tense. It's against our beliefs, Emily said. Gracie challenged. Beliefs over family? Emily left conflicted, planting seeds of hope and pain. The encounter stirred unrest. Gracie questioned her choices anew. Cut off family forever? Or compromise? Melody saw the turmoil. Don't let them pull you back. But Gracie snapped. They're my blood. Another rift, words like weapons. Societal pressures amplified. At a pride event, they faced protesters chanting slurs. Gracie froze, memories flooding. This is the world we live in, Melody said, holding her. But Gracie thought, is the fight worth the exhaustion? Betrayal struck unexpectedly. A colleague, jealous of Gracie's success, outed her past in a staff meeting. From conservative roots to this? Laughter rippled, humiliation burned. Gracie confronted him. That's my life. But damage done, professional respect eroded. Home became battlefield. Melody comforted, but Gracie lashed out. This is all because of us. Blaming their love unfairly. Melody's patience frayed. If you regret it, say so. Gracie didn't, but silence spoke volumes. Reconciliation attempts with family faltered. A phone call with her father ended in shouts. Come back straight or not at all. Heartbroken, Gracie hung up. Internally, am I wrong for wanting both worlds? Melody proposed. Let's get away. Weekend trip. Upstate New York, cabin in the woods. There, away from noise, they reconnected. Talks deep into night, vulnerabilities shared. Gracie admitted. I love you, but I'm terrified. Melody. That's okay. We'll face it together. But peace shattered upon return. Emily texted. Parents disowning you officially. The will changed, inheritance gone. Financial blow, but emotional devastation worse. Gracie spiraled. I sacrificed everything for nothing. Rage turned inward. She distanced from Melody, burying in work. Melody confronted. You're pushing me away. Gracie exploded. Because it hurts too much. Truth spilled. Fears of loss, unworthiness. The climax built. A major article assignment. Expose family dynamics in conservative households. Gracie hesitated, too personal. But she wrote, baring her soul. Published, it went viral. Support poured in, but family fury followed. Her mother called. How could you air our dirty laundry? Gracie's response. It's my truth. The call ended in tears, a chasm widening. With Melody, tensions peaked. A fight over commitment. Are we serious? Melody asked. Gracie wavered. I don't know. Hurt, Melody left for the night. Alone, Gracie reflected. Choices define us. But which is right? Morning brought apology. They reconciled, but fragility remained. Gracie sought therapy, confronting demons. Sessions unearthed buried traumas, childhood expectations, societal molds. Progress slow but enlightening. She realized. Love requires sacrifice but not self-erasure. Yet new conflicts arose. Melody's ex, a woman from her past, reappeared. Friendly at first, but jealousy brewed. Gracie accused. Do you still feel something? Melody denied, but doubt seeded. The meeting with her parents was a powder keg. They chose neutral ground. A cafe in Manhattan. Gracie arrived, nerves frayed. Melody waiting outside for support. Her father looked older, mother weary. We've read your article, her father said. No hello, straight to business. Gracie braced. And? Her mother spoke. It hurt but opened our eyes.
Surprise flickered.
Was this acceptance? But her father added. We still believe it's wrong. But you're our daughter. Conditional love, a bitter pill. The discussion delved deep. Gracie poured out years of resentment. You made me feel ashamed. They defended. We wanted the best for you. Clashes over morals, Bible verses versus human rights. Gracie challenged. Love thy neighbor unless they're gay? Tension peaked, voices raised. Internally, Gracie weighed. Forgive or hold grudge? Forgiveness felt like surrender, grudge like poison. They parted with hugs, tentative. We'll try, her mother promised. Gracie left hopeful but skeptical. Sharing with Melody. It's a start. But Melody worried. Don't get hurt again. The ex situation escalated. Melody's former flame, Alex, invited her to an art show. Just friends, Melody insisted. Gracie trusted barely. But at the event, seeing them laugh, jealousy erupted. Confrontation later. You look too cozy, Melody. You're paranoid. Fight ensued, accusations flying. Betrayals sting. Gracie snooped Melody's phone, finding old messages. Innocent, but invasion shattered trust. Melody furious. How could you? Gracie. Fear made me. The damage deep, a crack widening. Therapy helped unpack. Trust issues stem from family, the counselor said. Gracie reflected. Past wounds bleed into present. Rebuilding slow. Apologies, promises. But societal winds shifted. A local hate crime, lesbian couple attacked. Fear resurfaced. Is this safe? Gracie thought. Melody. We can't hide forever. Professional fallout continued. Gracie's boss praised her work but warned. Controversial topics risk backlash. She pushed back. Truth matters. But inside. Am I sabotaging my career? A major twist. Emily called, revealing parents' secret support group for families of LGBT kids. They're changing. Shock progress? Gracie visited Boston alone. Tense reunion but genuine talks. Her father admitted. I was wrong to ultimatum. Tears flowed, bridges mending. But joy tempered by Melody's growing distance. Work stress, she claimed. Gracie sensed more. Confrontation. What's wrong? Melody confessed. This roller coaster is exhausting. I need space. Heartbreak. The one constant slipping away. Gracie pleaded. Don't leave. But Melody. For now. Separation, a trial by fire. Alone. Gracie dove into self-reflection. Journals filled with questions. Was coming out worth the pain? The awakenings, yes, but losses? Debatable. Friends rallied, offering perspectives. Some. Love conquers. Others. Family first. Divided opinions mirrored her turmoil. Reconnecting with Melody after weeks. Coffee awkward. I miss you, Gracie said. Melody, me too. But we need boundaries. They agreed to try again, slower. Highs and lows followed. A promotion for Gracie, reward for bravery. But Melody's job loss due to restructuring. Code for discrimination? Anger-fueled activism. They joined protests, bonding over cause. A pivotal moment. Gracie's article series on reconciliation. Interviewing others, she saw patterns, pain, growth. It humanized her struggles. Family dinner invitation accepted. Melody joined, a test. Awkward but civil. Her father asked questions, trying. Progress fragile. But backlash. Conservative relatives boycotted. Traitors, they called. Gracie stood firm. This is my life. Internally. The ethical dilemma. Loyalty to self versus others. Choices echoed, consequences rippled. As relationships stabilized, new threats. Online harassment intensified after a viral post. Doxing fears. Why us? Gracie thought. Melody. Because we're visible. Resilience built. Therapy continued, tools gained. Gracie realized. Damage heals but scars remind. A betrayal from within. A friend leaked private photos, not explicit but intimate. Scandal at work. Gracie fought back, suing for privacy. Victory bittersweet. With Melody, trust rebuilt. We're stronger, they affirmed. But doubts lingered. In quiet moments, Gracie pondered. Did I choose correctly? The journey's toll heavy. News of her mother's cancer hit like a freight train. Stage 2, Emily said over the phone. Gracie's world tilted. I'm coming. Packing, she told Melody. I have to. Melody nodded. Go. But remember us. The drive to Boston was a torrent of thoughts. Guilt. Had distance contributed? Fear. Rejection amid crisis? Arriving, hospital sterile. Family gathered. Her father hugged her, first in months. Thank you for coming. Vigil by bedside, conversations raw. Her mother weak but lucid. I'm proud of you, Gracie. For being true. Shock acceptance? Your articles. They made me think. Tears mingled with relief. But tensions simmered. Relatives whispered judgments. She's here with her. Lifestyle. Gracie ignored, focusing on support. Melody called daily but distance strained. How long? She asked. Gracie. As needed. Resentment brewed, duty versus love.
Internally, moral quadripict.
Abandon family now? Or lose Melody? Choices fraught with controversy. Treatment began, chemo grueling. Gracie stayed, helping. Bonds mended slowly. Her father opened up. I was scared of change. Gracie. Me too. Understanding dawned. But sacrifices mounted. Jobs suffered, remote work only so flexible. Boss warned. Deadlines slipping. Pressure built. Melody visited, awkward with family. Private moments tense. This feels like regression, Melody said. Gracie. It's temporary. But was it? A blow. Melody confessed temptation with Alex during separation. Nothing happened, but I thought about it. Betrayal's echo. Gracie furious. How could you? Melody. Loneliness. Forgiveness. Debatable. They argued fiercely. You're choosing them over me. Melody accused. Gracie. It's my mother. Stalemate, emotions raw. Awakening came in therapy session via video. Boundaries matter, counselor advised. Gracie reflected. Balance possible? Family dynamics shifted. Mother improved, urging. Live your life. Release but bittersweet. Returning to New York, Gracie confronted Melody. We need to decide. Talks exhaustive, decisions made. Commit fully or part. They chose commitment but with caveats. Therapy together, open communication. Societal reflections. Protests attended, voices raised. Gracie's writing evolved, advocating change. Yet damages lingered. Scars from betrayals, losses. Was it all worth it? She pondered. Final confrontation. Family visit to New York. Acceptance tested. Dinner civil, laughs shared. Progress. But Mouthwandao Duk remained. One relative challenged. You're promoting sin. Gracie responded. Love isn't sin. Debate ensued, perspectives clashing. In quiet, Gracie and Melody reflected. We've paid dearly, Melody said. Gracie. But gained more. The story's arc complete. Highs and lows navigated. Awakening's hard won.